hello there, my friends, my countrymen, my patriots, my ladies, my brothers, my sisters, everything in between and everything all around. It is great to see you today. I hope that you are doing well. It is a beautiful, somber, cloudy, slightly moist day here in the weird state of Oregon. I don't know, man. I just got to say there's a lot of stuff going on in Oregon, and Oregon seems to be a focal point for a lot of national attention, all because of Transquifa. Transquifa is starting a whole lot of stuff down there at the ICE detention facility, and Donald Trump has been quoted as saying the city of Portland is on fire. He is saying that it is under siege, and that he has valid points about a specific neighborhood. Now, you also have the Democratic governor, the tampon dictator, Katie Kotex, who has been out here going to very select, nice, scenic view places where she knows she's going to be safe and far away from any of the stuff that's going on. And she does these press conferences in the middle of the day on sunny days going, look how vibrant and peaceful and serene it is, after she has shooed the homeless people, shooting weird substances into their necks off of the park so that she could do her press conference. But there's like middle ground truth. So there's, when people think of Portland, there's Portland and there's the PDX. So if you go to downtown Portland, it is a fucking pigsty. It is disgusting. It is gross. It's been like that to a certain level for a really long time. I used to live in Portland. I would never live in Portland ever again. It just doesn't seem like somewhere that I would want my kids to grow up. It doesn't seem like somewhere, literally when we go there, if we stay at a nice hotel in a decent neighborhood, I will not let my wife go walk our dogs for 3 to 4 minutes so that they could take a shit, dog. Because there's not areas really that I trust. Now, if you're in the middle of the day and you're out in fucking Troutdale or Lake Oswego, in these neighborhoods that are incredibly expensive to live in, these suburbs, yes, it can be nice, it can be safe. And that's where you see a lot of the people that are filming their little TikToks, like, filming from the war zone, oh my god, it's so bad here. You literal retard, you know what you're doing, you live in a rich yuppie suburb, you entitled fucking prick. How dare you project that when you know that there are people that are outside this ICE detention facility who literally haven't been able to have peace, security, or safety for their kids for over 100 days. You fucking suck for that. And Donald Trump is also on the other end of that, wildly exaggerating that it is all of Portland. It is certain areas of Portland that Antifa has under siege, and they very much do. And he's talking about bringing in the Insurrection Act. And I think it's about time that he does this. I'm going to let you guys know right now, just personally, in my opinion, he is being a fucking pussy. He is pussyfooting around it. I know that he's trying to be diplomatic, and I know that he is trying to, not have people freak out too hard about bringing in military action, because people are giant sopping wet pussies about literally everything. But he has every single right in the world to bring in the military, whether that be National Guard, whatever he needs to bring in to secure these federal facilities. There are federal facilities, and that's where he's talking about sending them. Literally, he needs to send them, and send them now. Fuck what some crazy judge has to say about it. If you have to invoke the Insurrection Act, do it. I've been down there personally. There's no reason. You don't need some fucking lame-ass judge's permission to send in the feds to protect a federal building when local law enforcement are not enforcing the laws. And they're not backing up. You literally have Portland, where the Portland PD are literally siding with Transtifa, and they're literally training Antifa on how to get away with things. And before you say anything, yes, I have receipts, I have proof, I have the video. Then you have Chicago, when ICE agents are literally under attack, they're getting swarmed and their vehicles being rammed, multiple vehicles attacking an ICE vehicle. They call for backup and the police refuse to come and back them up. Yes, you need to send in the fucking military. You need to send in the feds. Period, point blank. Stop being a pussy about this, bro. Handle fucking business. Handle business. We need an adult leader who's not afraid of what people are going to fucking think about him and actually stands up for the communities and the people that are out here trying to work instead of retards who don't have jobs, who are trying to be social justice warriors that are turning and crossing the line absolutely into domestic terrorism. So I want to get into this. I want to share some video with you guys. That was my little intro tirade, and I might be a dick. I might have a lot of problems. I might be a felon, but guess what I'm not? I'm not fucking wrong, G. I'm not fucking wrong. We're going to get into this, and then I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit about the Insurrection Act and the history of the Insurrection Act and why this is not a wild thing to do. Just so you guys know, before we start this and Trump talking about invoking the Insurrection Act, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, that sounds terrible. It's happened over 30 times. This is not unprecedented. This is actually 30 times. He's the 47th president. It's happened 30 times in American history. And yes, I have all of those incidents in front of me if anybody wants to try to cap on that.
The fight over President Trump's push to use the National Guard, it is escalating.
Where's my volume? Oh no, I did a bad thing. Hold on, you guys. Let me get this up. There we go.
On the West, the fight over President Trump's push to use the National Guard, it is escalating. On the West Coast, the administration is asking an appeals court to let it send California Guard troops into Portland after a judge blocked that move. In Illinois, a judge has allowed Texas Guard troops to deploy to Chicago, with 200 expected this week. Governor J.B. Pritzker calls it an unconstitutional invasion, and tonight the president...
This is what's happening. This is Portland. This is in the middle of the day in fucking Portland, and they really don't come out until night. You see all of this crazy circus of mentally ill domestic terrorists start swarming at night. This is what's happening, and the Portland PD back the terrorists. It's the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act, overriding courts and governors.
Necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean,
why wait until innocent civilians get killed? Why wait until federal law enforcement officers who are just doing their fucking job get killed? Why wait until there's literal death? These people are terrorists. They've been designated as domestic terrorists. Why not go in now? Hit them with that Insurrection Act. Go round these motherfuckers up, bro. Like, what does it take to actually get him to step into action? You did the designation that they're domestic terrorists. Why are you letting them run the streets? It's a bad look. It makes you look weak. They think that you're a punk. They think that your heart pumps purple puppy piss, dog. Do you want to pump purple puppy piss? Or do you want to go in there and clean these maggots up off the streets? It sends out a signal to everyone. The whole world is watching this right now. This is one of the biggest things in the news, is what's going on in Portland, Oregon, in this small area. You know, and we talked about how it's a small area. Well, imagine that. The Portland Bureau of Police can't even do anything about a one-block area. How are they supposed to take care of their city? And so, send in the feds. You labeled them as terrorists. They're out doing terrorist shit. Go round these motherfuckers up. Put them in federal prison. Put them in work camps. Make them do labor. They've never done that. None of these people have ever done labor in their lives. Make them go and do some shit. You're rounding up illegals. They leave job openings. They're labor that a lot of American citizens are too lazy and entitled to do. Send these motherfuckers. Put them in jail. Force them to work. Make them be useful to society again. I'm to tell you right now, these people love it when you say the word camps. They get extra super happy when you tell them you want to round them up and put them in camps. Round them up and put them in fucking camps, dog. Prison work camps. If you want to be a degenerate, a domestic terrorist piece of shit and harm your community and make yourself so much of a problem that you need to be taken off the streets, you should be given a lesson in how to be a normal citizen. Go sit in a prison for a while, learn how to do manual labor, learn how to be useful, learn how to get up on a schedule, wash your ass, start your day, live like a normal person. They need structure, they need discipline. These people are literally fucking transients who just go around victimizing person to person, and now they found a cause where they can feel special. Why wait till someone dies?
Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities.
Oh, really? Because the Insurrection Act was used by John Adams, Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, Hayes and Grover Cleveland, Dwight Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson twice, Richard Nixon, George W. Bush. So why the fuck wouldn't Trump use it? Why are you trying to make it sound like he's out of pocket for using it when there is a historical precedent of presidents using the Insurrection Act repeatedly?
With the courts divided and the president signaling he's ready to escalate, the stakes are growing for both sides. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson joins me now to break down what comes next. Thank you so much. Let's just start with the basic here, basic for, I think, everybody, and that is, what is the Insurrection Act, and is President Trump within his right to invoke it?
So the Insurrection Act is a statute that gives the president increased powers. Marla, talked about before when it came to sending the National Guard into Los Angeles, the idea that once the National Guard was federalized in here, they couldn't directly enforce domestic law. Now, there's an exception to the Posse Comitatus Act, and that's the Insurrection Act. If you do, as president, invoke the Insurrection Act, then you can have the military acting like a civilian law enforcement agency.
Posse Comitatus shouldn't even come into play because he's not sending them into the streets to deal with civilians. He's sending them to federal buildings. He has said repeatedly that his plan is to send them to 2 federal buildings. The one that you keep seeing all this crazy footage out in front of, and the federal courthouse. Those are the 2 buildings where they are taking illegals, detaining them, and then transporting them to the courthouse to give them due process. These people are getting their due process, and these trans-Tifa terrorists keep getting in the way. They literally blockade the fucking driveway over and over and over again, so they have to come out and tear gas them and tase them. And then I get bricked up watching it. I'm like, yeah, tase him in the nuts, grab his dick and twist it. Those are the only 2 places he was trying to send him. If he does the Insurrection Act, he can send him wherever the fuck he needs to in the streets. You guys are literally pushing this dude into taking more authority than he's trying to take. And I'm not a Trump supporter. Don't get this fucked up. This is not me glazing for Trump, because Trump is not even, I don't care. I don't want to be a supporter of either political party. I want to think about what's morally consistent and what's right for the American citizens in this country. And that is my goal. That is my focus, not party allegiance or loyalty. This dude is not doing enough. They're pushing him when he's doing the absolute least. He's got to come back swinging. It's crazy as shit, bro. You cannot let people treat us like this. RJ, what's up? The happy times are starting in the US of A. Yo, love that Lemmy pick, bro. Big love and respect to you. Celtic, hell yeah, brother. Appreciate you. Amadeus, the Insurrection Act of 1807 is the federal law that empowers POTUS to deploy the National Guard in specific circumstances like suppression of civil disorder, insurrection, armed rebellion, FYI. Yes, it is. And there is lots and lots of examples of times where we have used the Insurrection Act, especially when local law enforcement fails. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not. This might be wild news to you guys, but sometimes local law enforcement can be corrupt. Sometimes local law enforcement are a bunch of fucking assholes, bro. Let me show you an example of that real quick. We've got a pretty good idea that he's pussyfooting around about it. And I'm telling you, I think he should do more. I think he should do more. I don't think he's doing nearly enough. That's my stance on that. But let me show you why. Here we go right here. This is a dude from the Portland Bureau of Police. This is literally a police officer, and he's talking to Antifa, and he's telling them how to get away with shit. Hold on and check this out. This dude, I've got a lot of footage of this dude. He looks like Vic Mackey from The Shield with like a strong case of the slow face. You know when you get a stroke and half your face stops working and you're like, he's got that going on.
Okay. All right. Okay, if you don't want to So the judge granted the TRO. Hey, I'm the one who got stabbed in 2020. I hope he gets stabbed again.
I hope you get stabbed again. Right in front of the police officers. I hope you get stabbed again. Dude got stabbed in 2020. A black dude during the BLM riots that Antifa and BLM were throwing. He gets stabbed as a black man who just supports conservative values, and dude's like, I hope he gets stabbed again. That's a white dude. By fucking democratic rules, isn't that a hate crime? Isn't that what they keep trying to tell us? I mean, I could have swore.
You ain't got the balls to do it, though. That's a death threat. You ain't got the balls to do it. That's a death threat. You ain't got the balls to do it, so keep yapping your mouth like a bastard. That's a death threat. Why don't you go?
If cars keep coming around, this dude lets Antifa direct traffic in the fucking streets of Portland, Oregon. He has them directing traffic away from the area in little yellow vests and telling people who live in that neighborhood, in that apartment complex, that they're not allowed to go home.
It's going to be harder for the judge or the probably argue that, hey, we have a good reason why we actually need them. So that's why we're asking people to get out of the street.
He is instructing them on how to best get away with it and how to fucking avoid having a judge come down on them.
They could arrest you, but we're asking you guys voluntarily, let's just get on the sidewalks. Because if a car comes through and hits somebody, it's a better way for the government to stay within defense.
Yeah. Stay out of the streets, because if you get hit by a car, it'll give the government a better reason to bring the feds in here.
And we do definitely need the feds. We definitely need the feds in here. Because your mayor is terrible. Is giving you terrible orders. You guys should be able to work with ICE. You should be able to work with ICE.
The mayor, the police chief, and absolutely, above all, the tampon dictator, Tina Kotex. Absolutely one of the worst things to happen to this state, well, I mean, since Kate Brown. I mean, there's really not a difference, bro. They were both fucking terrible. We've had terrible leadership in this state. Now our state is broke as fuck. They just hit us with some of the biggest tax hikes that we've ever had, and they are useless when citizens are being fucked off like this by literal terrorists. Intellectual iconoclasm, there's a legal loophole Dems love. Take active troops, change pay from tick 10 DOD and transfer them to Title 22 State Department pay roster. The Insurrection Act is him being good faith about this. Absolutely him being good faith about this. He is absolutely, and he's trying to avoid invoking the Insurrection Act, which I think is a mistake. I think it's time to start playing hardball. You know, they say that he's a fucking dictator. They say that no kings, he's trying to be a king. This dude is being incredibly diplomatic. He's being more diplomatic than I would be. I would not be this diplomatic with these people. I would 100% be like, you know what? I have it in my authority. There's good legal precedence for me to be able to do this. You guys want to play in my fucking face, trying to have these little petty ass judges cock block every move while you guys are failing to protect your citizens. You know what's important to me? The American people. And you guys are not defending your citizens. Yeah, I'd be sending them in quick, and I'd be coming down hard. I don't think he's going hard enough. Abby, they could easily disperse things by plowing through them with zappy shields. Probably would be a good watch too. Here's the thing is, it would take the feds. And the feds are like under severe watch right now. The Portland PD refuses to get involved at all. Like, the ones who have the jurisdiction and should be handling this are refusing. Now, see, since they've been designated as domestic terrorists, I don't know why the FBI doesn't come in with some buses, bro, and just come in and tase them and gas the fuck out of them and just start picking them up, putting them on buses. You're domestic terrorists. You get your due process. Deal with it in court. We had the first one of them that got convicted yesterday. It was a trans Tifa radical. Terrible to look at. Just super unfortunate looking. Like a fucking whole fucking horror movie villain face. And she was arrested. He was arrested for threatening federal agents with a kitchen knife. These people have guns, dog. And you're out there with tits and a knife and your dick swinging, waving a kitchen knife at people with guns. Should have got shot. Should have got shot. This is why I can't be a cop or a fed or any of that type of shit. Because if somebody comes at me with a knife, I'm 100% shooting them in the face. I'm fucking killing you if you come at me swinging a knife at me. I do not fucking care. You make it between you getting home to your fucking dildos and your weird ass furry porn and me getting home to take care of my kids and my wife. I am going home every single time. Love you, Abby. Celtic, insurrection for resurrection in all cities. Man, it's kind of crazy. It feels like we're talking about dirty words. Like, I feel like I'm talking about being bricked up with all these insurrection type things happening. Dirt Diver Actual. Slightly off topic, do you have any information on the peace offering that happened last night? Matt from Speak the Truth asked for one last night. I believe they went down there with donuts. I saw a clip in passing, and I think they tried to like bridge the gap and be like, hey, we're all Americans here, yada, yada, yada. We brought donuts, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys want to break bread? And they pretty much, the majority of the trans-Quifa people told them, no, you're fucking Nazis. We don't eat Nazi donuts. They're from Voodoo Donuts, bro. What are you talking about? They're Voodoo Donuts. They're not Nazi donuts. What the fuck do you mean, bro? I mean, and listen, you guys, not everybody down there is trans Tifa. Not everybody down there is a crazy radical. There are some people who are just peacefully protesting. Mainly that happens during the day. Some people are out there at night because some of these people that are protesting just deeply feel that they don't like what's going on. Now, when it comes to ICE, I thought that when we were talking about ICE doing, major moves, I thought we were going after the terrorists, the drug dealers, the cartels, gang members, shit like that. Not Pablo out working in the fucking fields. I thought we were going after fucking Abdul in a basement full of fucking chemicals working on fucking terrorist attacks and shit like that. I would like to see some more of the statistics around who they're arresting, what type of due process they're getting, all of that, because I don't know wholeheartedly whether or not I support what's going on, because they're not giving us much transparency and accountability in that. I would like to see more. I'm not satisfied. But I'm not going to go out there and try to fight federal agents over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do research. I'm going to see what's available. I'm going to educate myself. But these people are just out there screaming Nazi, fascist, and, probably making Molotov cocktails while they fucking suck their furry boyfriend's furry in a basement somewhere. It's It needs to be stopped, bro. But there are some people that are absolutely normal people out there, and you can talk to them. So don't think that I'm saying everybody out there on one side is just a total radical terrorist. But there are radical terrorists out there. I think you guys probably remember one of the people that freaked out on me and my people when we went down there. Let me show you a little something, because it turns out he is just a full-blown crash-out artist. Like, he does this often. He's got some hormonal imbalances, and he really needs to get his hormones checked. I think this is like big estrogen mixed with SSRIs and probably a little bit too much dick dust out of the old dong bong. Peep this dude out. If you watched my video, Swarmed by Antifa, you will immediately get who this dude is. He was the main instigator. He was the one who started calling us fucking white supremacists and shit. This is him turning on his own people, which I love. Let me just say this. I hate this dude. I think he's a whole piece of shit. But I love that he's now turning on his own people because they're not radical enough. And that's what the left does, bro. That's what the left does. If you don't pass their purity test at every single turn, then they're going to eat you alive, even if you're one of them. It's like, bro, did you really just tell that trans dude you wouldn't suck his dick? Well, yeah, bro, I'm not into that. Oh, you're transphobic! Kill him! Type shit, bro. Watch this.
Brain before you give this guy more fucking clickbait and make him more money. Before you give him more money for fucking clickbait by raising your voice. Go.
Is he really getting mad at this dude for raising his voice when he's out there screaming like a little baby back bitch till his voice cracks every single night, getting in people's faces? This dude, if anybody can identify this dude, please let me know. This dude flashed a gun at my people 3 times. 3 times this dude flashed a gun at my people. He's gonna end up killing somebody, and it's gonna be bad. And that's apparently what the government is waiting for to invoke the Insurrection Act. Some fucking cracked out asshole like this, who's probably got one of those furry tail butt plugs in right now to kill somebody down there before they actually take action. That's whack. That's why I say I don't think they're doing enough.
And fight the fucking government!
Yo, come on.
Fucking idiot!
Fight the government, you fucking idiot. How do you think that's gonna work out for you, bud? You think that fucking little revolver that you're packing around flashing at people is gonna do anything when the fucking feds and the military come after your ass? You're gonna be Kentucky Fried fucked, friend.
Come on.
Oh, speaking of raising their voice.
Hey, can we keep our comments to
I'm
ourselves?
fucking telling you!
Whoa.
You see that? That's exactly how he came at us. But they call us Nazis and fascists and white supremacists. This is terrorist behavior. Right there, that's terroristic threatening behavior.
I am not the fucking one, dog! I am not the one!
You're not the one for a job, a paycheck, any type of mental stability, probably a healthy relationship in your entire life. No, you're clearly not the one.
You understand me?
Now let these guys
Not the fucking one! Take your ass out over there!
Oh, come on.
Don't do it then! Do it! Stop talking about it! Just fucking do it!
And if you remember my video, he didn't have that energy for me. He had it for one of my guys that was a little bit smaller, that was clearly having trouble with people being in his face, yelling. The rest of us were, kind of stoic. My buddy, he has autism. It triggered him a little bit. It didn't feel, and he could sense that it was working, so he just kept bullying and plowing into him until he got so worked up he started pulling a gun on him, flashing a gun that he had in his backpack at him, like he was fucking gonna kill him.
Brain before you give this guy more fucking clickbait and make him more money. Before you give him more money for fucking clickbait by raising your voice. Go and fight the fucking government!
Yo, come
You
on.
fucking idiot!
Come on.
Oh, speaking of raising their voice.
Hey, can we keep our comments to
I'm
ourselves?
fucking telling you.
Whoa.
I am not the fucking one, dog. I am not the one. You understand me?
Peaceful. Now let these guys keep.
Not the fucking one.
You are a retard, sir. You are an absolute and utter fucking moron. So that's what you're dealing with down there. Just so you guys know. This comment comes in perfect. PA, make America safer again. Make America safer again is exactly it, bro. There are kids. They are in front of an apartment complex. What you just saw is directly in front of an apartment complex where there are women and children and families who have had their lives disrupted for over 100 days. That is directly underneath apartments where little kids sleep. That's not cool, bro. What the fuck? Amadeus, anyone remember when Tim Walz used the National Guard to force people to stay inside their homes during COVID? During COVID. Get back in your house! Is that a proper mask? Make sure it's over your nose. Get back in your house. Sit in there alone with a mask on your face. And you want to fucking talk about dictators and kings. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Thank you for reminding me of that, Amadeus. I fucking love you, dog. That dude's lit as fuck. Martinez, cool girl. I love you, sister. Thank you so much. Choco Paco Taco. Bro, I want a Choco Taco so bad. I grew up in the streets of California in a sketchy neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And the ice cream truck would come through, bro, and like on a day, a hot-ass California summer day, when you got you a Choco Taco, bro, those are some of my best memories growing up as a kid. Going out there and getting a Choco Taco, not getting beat up by fucking grown-ass gang members because I was wearing red or blue because I was a little boy. And what colors do you wear when you're a little boy? Spider-Man and Superman. Holy shit, red and blue. So you wear red or blue and you go out and you just get beat up by gang members, grown-ass men jumping you and shit. Those Choco Tacos were a slap, bro. Newer here. You moving if things get worse in the Pacific Northwest? No, bro, I'm not. I live on a compound. I live outside of the cities, but I'm not abandoning. I have PTSD, which means I get like fight or flight, and my flight is broken. I'm not abandoning ship. I hate it here. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it here. But I want to see Oregon get brought back to some sort of peace and sanity. There might come a time after my parents aren't with us anymore where I will move somewhere that's better. Like, I love Nashville. I might move somewhere outside of Nashville, over by my homies, Bunny and Jelly or Struggle. Or I might move out to San Antonio with my homies from the Unsubscribed podcast. Live somewhere out there. Or I might move back to Florida because I fuck with Florida. I'm part lizard, bro. But as for right now, no plans of leaving if things get worse. Plans of getting involved if things get worse. Plans of bucking the fuck up if things get worse. Grim Reaper, thank you so much. Captain Copenhagen, hi from Denmark. What's up out there in Denmark, homie? Quick Bang Boom Bitch, yes. He is with John Brown Gun Club. That's how they are. John Brown Gun Club. Hold on. Thank you so much for something to research, my dude. I appreciate you. Mac, what's up, Mac47? Hey, JD, finally made it to a live. Big love from Jersey. Keep it up, brother. Love you and appreciate you out there in Jersey, man. Big love and respect. Dominar said, JD, have you ever looked into light blocking contact lenses? You could do away with the sunglasses. We all like looking at your mug. Dom, I haven't. I tried to put color changing contacts in my eyes once, and I felt like a whole fucking idiot. I could not get those shits in, bro. It was bad. It was baffling to me. I'm not good with delicate shit. I have big old fucking corn dog fingers, you know what I'm saying? I would be a terrible proctologist. I would wreck dudes, bro. I don't know if they're supposed to do the 2-finger, but the only time I ever had a fucking prostate exam, dude slid the 2 fingers. It was a bad deal. Excuse me. Death Silence, what's up? Get the ATF involved. Technically, Molotov cocktails require a $200 tax stamp. As such, they're technically considered destructive devices. Well, I mean, it's a firebomb. It's a firebomb. So a lot of people don't know that the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms also deal with explosives. So they could absolutely get involved. 100% you're correct on that. Celtic said, wood chipper, make pedophiles afraid again. DP Dro, fuck Trans Tifa, you a big role model. My mother works in DOC as a warden and she'd be proud of you. Yo, that's what's up, man. Hell yeah, Celtic. Appreciate you. Huge love. Redline said, little off topic, but my daughter exposed an app called Zepto that all the kids use, and there are predators asking for stuff in trade for coins. She turns 11 on the 9th of October. Well, first off, thank you for bringing that to my attention so that I can look into it. Happy birthday to your daughter. Let's all keep our kids safe, man. Jacob Hawley, JD, we need help. Antifa is everywhere. We just got new data center in Port Washington, Wisconsin, and new cheap condos to help with young people. Antifa has showed up at town hall with smoke bombs, pitchforks, and black masks. And that's what I'm saying. This is definitely a terrorist organization. It's been designated. Why are we still fucking around? How long does it take to mobilize federal agents to wrap these people up? I think we could expedite this shit, man. I know they've got a lot going on. I know. But something needs to be done. Dunk Buskus Gaming, love your name. Hey, love your work. Thank you for all you do. You're doing God's work. Wood Chipper 2028, love you and God bless, homie. Quick Bang Boom Bitch. People from John Brown Gun Club have been there, and last night, Redneck Revolt showed up. Look them up, JD. They are worse. Okay, I'm going to be looking them up. Thank you for putting me on that. I deeply appreciate it, bro. D-Tom, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you. Frank said it'd be interesting to have, I'd be interested in your thoughts of these CCP chips found in New York City by Secret Service used to take down USA telecommunications networks. 5 found, 1,000 more. I haven't looked into that at all, man. So to give you an educated opinion, I would have to look into it and actually research it. And I try not to speak on anything that I'm not educated on. But thank you for giving me something to look up when we get off this live, man. Choco Paco Taco. It's a mix of that and my dog's name. Fuck yeah. Love you. Love your dog, homie. Certified Cracker. What's up? I eat MILF and cookies. Bro. Hell yeah. Martin Gingerich. Love, my guy. Love right back to you, homie. Big love and respect. Dominar said, I tried to get a job as a gynecologist, but I couldn't find an opening. Bro, at least you didn't find the wrong hole. Alex, thank you so much, my brother. Great to see you here today. Happy Cappy, good versus evil, shakes my head, God bless America. Big facts, man. This is actually good versus evil. This isn't right versus left. This is good versus evil at this point, you guys. There's so much crazy shit going on out there, and it's always coming at the cost of the American people, and it needs to stop. Now, I want you to see this, because this dude is pretty lit. I don't know if you guys have checked out Based Black Dude who's down there. This is, that last footage was courtesy of David Medina. Great influencer, super cool. This is actually from Honey Badger Mom, also an amazing independent journalist who's been assaulted multiple times by Trans Tifa while down there reporting.
Let's be facts though, you used to be a slave.
Oh my God.
She just told him you used to be a slave. I don't know if you guys saw my short yesterday, but this girl and that large whatever the fuck it is behind her are mentally ill, and they just try to fight men out there all day, every day. They're all day, every day out there trying to fight men, and they drop the N-word every other fucking sentence, they're dropping the N-word. And for some reason, if you're a mentally ill liberal, you can say the N-word and other racial slurs and homophobic slurs and transphobic slurs. There's a large creator who's trying to start homophobic rumors about me right now, but she's like a super liberal lefty. I'm an ally. As soon as they get mad at somebody, though, all that goes out the window, and they on some foul shit, bro. So I want you to watch how this dude reacts. She tells him, "You used to be a slave."
Where's the way to go?
Let's be facts though. You used to be a slave.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, here's his budget.
I cannot believe she said that.
I was a slave in prison, but I'm not a slave.
I've been to prison too.
Then you were a slave.
I didn't
Shocking.
Oh my God, you're hardcore.
I beat 2 federal cases.
Shocking that she's been to prison. I never would have been able to tell by her demeanor and the way she tries to fight grown men all the time in the streets of Portland at night. That's absolutely astounding. And this dude, my guy, I was a slave when I was in prison. Felt.
For bank robbery and guns. No, good.
You want a cookie? I was in there for bank robbery and guns. You want a cookie?
That shit suck my dick. You can't get me. I'm a smooth criminal with my shit.
But yeah, no. There's a way there's a process. Everyone has that process.
That's the black girl.
So
This one? Yeah. She thinks she's black.
Now I'm just raised by niggas.
you're the black girl that I see.
I know what that means.
I am shocked.
This dude out here in a MAGA hat and a MAGA shirt, waving an American flag, being super cool to everybody, bro. He literally originally went out there just to defend Honey Badger Mom because he saw her getting assaulted, and he was like, nope, you're not going to beat up women in the streets. You're not going to beat up women in the streets of my city. And so he put on his MAGA gear, and he went out there to protect Honey Badger Mom. I like the fuck out this dude.
I don't even know what to say. I should have had this on video. I'm on live. So.
You want it on video. I said, why don't you record it? Come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've got it in my
He was cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't vote for shit because I don't vote.
so yeah, I wasn't even.
I agree and disagree with both sides. I don't care. I'm here for the people.
So here we are,
I'm
another
Native
white
American.
woman who
But you don't vote?
is telling a black man that he was a slave.
White people stole this. American, Caucasian.
A white woman.
That is one of the whitest people I've ever seen in my life, and she's saying that white people stole America from her and her people. That is one of those blonde-haired, blue-eyed Native Americans that we hear so much about in prison, because the only place you can smoke in prison is if you are at one of the Native American rituals there, their sweat lodges. They allow you to smoke tobacco there. And so all of a sudden in prison, you had a bunch of real blonde-haired, blue-eyed dudes going, I'm 1.008%, Susquehanna Indian, and I need to be able to go out there so that they could smoke a little bit of tobacco. And everybody made fun of those people because those people are literally opportunist retards. Now, I can't show you, and it's unfortunate that I can't show you. Tommy Boy, I put out a video that got taken down by YouTube of Antifa fucking around and finding out. And it had video of the first time that this dude, Tommy Boy, knocked someone out. This Antifa dude, big bald dude, wearing like the dingiest Walmart athletic shorts I've ever seen, came up and threw a kick at him, and Tommy Boy just moved to the side a little bit and dink, gave him a 2-piece and put dude to sleep. Dude was asleep on his feet till he hit his head on the pavement. And the dude, it was clearly on video from multiple angles. Dude attacked him first. They arrested Tommy Boy. Now, the other night, after Nick Sortor, an independent journalist, was assaulted, they ended up arresting him for getting assaulted by Antifa terrorists. And then they had to let him go. And Pam Bondi came out and announced that they are putting the Portland Bureau of Police under investigation by the FBI for aiding and abetting Antifa. And so they dropped the charges against Nick Sortor. So Nick went back out and they assaulted him again. And Tommy Boy went in because they swarmed him and was trying to get Nick out. And one of these Antifa terrorists in a mask and the hood, all of that, came running at him and started lifting bear mace to his face. Tommy Boy is live streaming and he's holding his phone. He never drops his phone. He just, boom, one piece this dude and put him to sleep for 6 to 7 minutes. It took the police 6 to 7 minutes to get this dude up off the pavement to where he was even conscious or could form a single syllable fucking word. And they arrested Tommy again and charged Tommy again. Now, I want you to see what happened when he got out of jail. This is what he came out of jail to right here, you guys. This is what they did.
They did in my car while I was in jail. They came out here and broke all my windows, broke my mirrors, broke my lights. This is what they do. This is what they do. I fucking knew this was gonna happen. I fucking knew it. It's a piece of shit car, but it's still my car. It's how I get to work. I swear to God, these people are fucking scum of the earth. Yep. Scum of the earth. I'm so glad I knocked that piece of shit out. It's worth it to me. I'm over this car anyways. I need a new one. I gotta drive this fucker home now.
So that's what they did to his car while he was locked up. After one of them came at him with literal bear mace, dog. If somebody's coming at me with bear mace, I'm fucking that dude up. I don't give a fuck. I'll ride the charges. You ain't just gonna bear mace me, bro. I'm not with the shits like that, bro. Like, you're not gonna bear mace me and not fucking take a nap, dog. I'm gonna fuck you up, period. Long Road Farms, good to see you, brother. How you doing? Glad to see you survived Portland, man. Portland was nothing but a thing, man. It was really eye-opening. I really got to go down there and see what's really going on so that now I can report on this stuff and actually give you guys a good report. Portland's like 2 hours away from my house. I didn't really want to spend all night there. I wanted to go out, hand people a microphone and be like, hey, tell us why you mad at them, dog. Air your grievances. Use my platform to spread your message. And I wanted to talk to people on both sides. And now this was before there was really anybody else out there from the other side. There was like a couple people and everybody was getting assaulted. Nobody got assaulted while we were there. They waited till we left. And within 40 minutes after we left, they assaulted a 10-year-old girl. And then 2 women. Katie Davis Court, Honey Badger Mom, multiple dudes, like 4 dudes got assaulted. I may sound like a piece of shit, but like I feel like dudes should be able to fucking get down and shit like that. I'm way more offended when it's a woman or a child. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments if it's just me. I find it way more insulting and way more fucking heinous when a dude throws hands on a child or a woman. But, you know, nobody got assaulted while we were there. They just surrounded us, screamed at us, threatened us, pulled a gun on one of my dudes. You know, coward shit. Big J Dog, keep doing you, brother. Love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much, Big J. Jacob Hawley said, if Antifa has been named a domestic terrorist organization, doesn't that mean I could do a citizen's arrest on them? Can I call the FBI? Why is nothing happening? Our mayor is doing the best he can, but the governor, Evers Dem, is protecting them. So look, man, I would be real careful if you are in a Democratic state doing an arrest on anyone for being Antifa. Because most of these people, like you can see, the governor backs Antifa here. The police chief in Portland, Chief Day, backs Antifa here. We're going to be doing a deep dive into that. I'm trying to get Andy No to come on and talk to us about that because he's been researching this for a long time. But I would be very careful. I'm going to give you advice to try to keep you out of jail and prison, always. That's always going to be my advice. I'm never going to tell you to go out and commit acts of violence. I'm never going to tell you to go out and do things that are reckless for your freedom, because I genuinely care about all of you guys, man. Felicia, all the West Coast is turning into garbage. Felicia, it's unfortunately 100% a documented fact. Charleston Heston's shaft. God damn it, you guys. You guys get me to read your names, and it's shit like Charlton Heston's shaft. What the I love you. You guys are incredible. I love Charlton Heston's shaft. JD, I looked up that Zepeto app. Pronounce it, but not with the long E. Zepeto. The Zepeto app. Okay, thank you so much, Charlton Heston's shaft. That's like a tongue twister for me when I got a Zin in. I don't know why I can't. Yo, Ray Tesler. It makes me so sad that Portland is like this. We used to go to OMSI, the zoo, and other places growing up. It was great. Now I don't even want to take my own kids to Portland. Too dangerous. And that's how I feel about it. I'm not taking my wife or my kids, my mom or my dad or anything like that down to fucking Portland. Bro, I'm just not doing it. And I understand why my friend Bunny doesn't even come to Portland when Jelly Roll plays here. I was like, sis, are you coming through with Jelly? And she's like, I don't step foot in Oregon, particularly Portland, because I'm germophobic and there is literal human feces in the streets, and I don't get down like that. I understand. Dominar said, I think we should help all these people advance to the next stage in the circle of life. Wood chipper! Brother, there's a strong argument to be made for that. I would absolutely say that. Californian Republic guy. That girl must be related to Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas. Yes! I love you, dog. That was lit. G-Man Jams, thank you so much, bro. Hey, bro, just here to thank you once again for your inspiring content. I know you're making a difference for people out there who think they've hit rock bottom. Love to see you on Unsubscribe, too. Them boys crack me up. Just so y'all know, I am, again, on another episode of the Unsubscribe podcast called Cops and Criminals with Angry Cops, Donut Operator, and Eli Double Tap. It was a wonderful episode. It was a whole lot of fun. We got into a lot of different stuff. I love those dudes. Always big support for them. And thank you so much, G-Man. You're always appreciated. Asmodeus, Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem just arrived in Portland. It seems like stuff might happen, I pray. We were going to get into that, too. And thank you for reminding me, because I'm a long-winded Irishman who goes off on tangents and gets all uppity. Thank you for reminding me. Andrew Thorpe, JD, I get your biker pals down to Portland. Here's the thing is that most of them see that as a net loss, bro. Because they'll come after them as domestic terrorists and leave Anquifa on the streets. So that's the thing is they'll wrap them up, the Portland PD, and leave Transquifa on the streets, regardless of who assaults who first. Timothy Westover, I literally would love to shake your hand. I feel I've met you before in the family-owned tattoo shop my family had from 1989 to 2012 in Kent, Washington. I don't believe I've ever been to any tattoo shop in Washington, but I genuinely hope I get the opportunity to shake your hand, brother. Fuck authority, thank you. I love your name. I appreciate you. We got 2 cat references. The last one was a cat profile picture, and now free range furball. I'm an old man still. You want to go? Let's go. My wife or random child? Yeah. The only place you're going is to sleep. Put them down for a nap. Put them down for that cement nap. Tommy is 2-0, and nobody has landed a punch on him yet. Dude tried to land a kick. Boom. Night-night. Dude tried to bear mace him. Boom. Night-night. Never even dropped his phone. Go, Tommy boy. Ham Sandwich. Best name ever. Oh, hell yeah. Craig Bryant. What was your one friend YouTube channel name that found innocent from facing 3 life sentences? It is Judged By, as in B-U-Y, because he had to buy his freedom. It cost him $250,000. 12. Judged By 12. Richard is a great guy, man. Justin said, love you, JD. Keep on rocking, you amazing human being. Thank you, and I love you. Long Road Farms, my good friend. The Cops and Crims episode was amazing. I had so much fun. We recorded multiple episodes while I was out there, and it is always an honor to be out there with those gentlemen. Let me just tell you what a great time and what great people. So I want to get back into over here. We were just reminded. I'm changing it. We're going to take a look at what is going on. I had a few things lined up for us to check out. Okay, is she here? Is she here? It looks like they are not ready to go yet. This is live. This is Kristi Noem will be speaking in Portland. There's that fucking chicken! Fuck you, chicken! Oh, I hate that chicken! Do you guys see? Do you guys see that fucking chicken? With the American flag as a cape? Oh, he's still wearing that. It's been like 10 days, and he's wearing the same thing every single day. I hate that fucking chicken. Ooh, what a nasty bastard. All right, so that's still not cracking yet. Sorry, I have to say fuck you, chicken, every time I see that chicken. It's one of our rules here. I hate that chicken. Oh, what's going on here? What? Are we talking now? Are we doing something? Nope, still not doing it. Okay, she arrives in Portland. I want to see her talk, not arrive. I don't need to see her get off the plane. I'm not a huge fan of her because of the whole dog shooting thing. So you guys remember
it's outside the ice facility
that I told you about the independent journalist who was assaulted and then arrested, and the White House literally had a press conference where Pam Bondi was talking about how they were going to put the Portland Bureau of Police under investigation for the arrest of that independent journalist simply for being assaulted by Trans-Tifa. This is Benny Johnson and that journalist, Nick Sortor. Let's have a look. That AI goes hard.
Hey, Nick, what up, G? How are you?
I'm doing, Benny. I'm doing. I am live in Portland, actually, just not.
That music, when it first came in, for a second, I thought was that new Kanye song that I can only say like 2 words out of the whole fucking song. Dun, dun, dun. Everywhere I went in Texas, when I was hanging out with the unsubscribed dudes, everywhere we went was popping out of cars, popping out of people's stereos, just dun, dun, dun. Words I can't say, dun, dun. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter, dun, dun, dun. I thought that's what they were playing. That's why.
Outside the ice facility this time, because unless I have a security detail while I do these live hits, I mean, at this point, I'm putting myself in serious danger by doing hits outside the ice facility.
Yeah, bro, like the night before you were arrested, and I want to talk about that, but you were doing a live hit with Laura Ingraham, and they kept attacking you during that live hit. I think you were attacked also, perhaps, like last night. And I texted you, and I was like, yeah, like I was with Kristi Noem, and I was telling her that they're gonna try, they want to kill more, and you got to have security just to exist out in the street, man. It's crazy. I'm like really
in the
thankful.
United States of America.
I'm really thankful that you're alive. I mean, I really am.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Benny. But it's wild to me that just existing out here as a conservative is an act of violence in their minds for some reason. I mean, multiple times yesterday they told me they were going to Charlie Kirk me, and which is just a ridiculous thing to say to somebody. They threatened. I get intel sent to me about like when threats are made online.
Speaking of that, the reason I keep checking my phone is I'm currently dealing with the FBI because of some actual serious and credible death threats that have been made against me and my family, and I'm just fucking tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. This last one was too much. It's from somebody who is in my local area. I already have all his information. He sent it to me in an Instagram DM, which is retarded Because we can trace all that back to you, guy. I have all your information. I know where you live. It's wild that you would send me death threats while posting pictures of you with your son. That's crazy. You know what the FBI is going to do? They're going to come swoop you up, bro. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to send me death threats, dog. I'm not putting up with credible death threats after what they did to Charlie Kirk. That's just nuts, bro. I'm also dealing with the FBI. I'm getting a federal exemption to be able to have body armor anywhere that I go. And I'm also working on getting my Second Amendment rights restored right now because we live in a dangerous world. So what I want to say to you guys is if you are someone who still has your Second Amendment rights, use them lawfully. Get a concealed carry. Never leave your house unarmed. Always be ready. Don't do an open carry. Don't have something hanging off where people can see it. Have it concealed. Be smart about it. And if you have to defend yourself, do not fucking hesitate. Do not flinch. Do not fire warning shots. Protect yourself, others, and your family with extreme prejudice.
Specific threats from credible threats from people in the area. And, you get people saying that they're going to, throw concrete milkshakes at me, which are, that's what gave Andy No a brain bleed. I mean, these people are incredibly violent. And, you're seeing all this rhetoric from the left that's pushing them on. It's egging them on. That's why this keeps happening. You're not seeing, did a single Democrat come out and condemn the attack on Katie Davenport or my arrest or hell, even my me being assaulted last night?
Spoiler alert, no, not a single one of them have done anything to bring the temperature down. In fact, they're continuing to push this idea that everyone who doesn't agree with them is a Nazi and the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. Which sounds like the most fascist and Nazi propaganda I've ever heard in my fucking life.
I don't know if you've seen that video, but
I think we have it.
Not a good look.
I think we have it. Let's pop it up, boys. Is this the one, Nick? Yeah, this is from last night. This is you with the American flag, and it looks like someone's trying to grab you or throw you.
Yeah, they took the American flag there from me, and I ran.
Now, the dude in the red hat and the white Charlie Kirk Freedom shirt, that's Tommy Boy. And this is about 2 seconds before Tommy Boy gets a knockout. I wonder if they're going to show it. Let's see if they show it.
And back and got it. I was not going to let that flag go.
Boom! There it is! There it is! He put that dude to sleep, dog. Hold on, watch this again. He's still got his phone in his hand.
I ran back and got it. I was not going to let that flag go.
Boom! That dude was asleep for 6 or 7 minutes on the pavement. Dude ran up on him with bear mace. We've got the fucking still shots of the dude running up on him with bear mace. I'm surprised Tommy even caught the dude running up on him with the thing in his hand, because the dude was in all black, it was dark out, and he just gave him that old one piece and turned around. Watch as he turns around and calmly walks away.
From me, and I ran back and got it. I was not going to let that flag go. That's the same flag that I saved from being burned in the street the other day.
Now, this whole thing started over my dude Nick right here, protecting an American flag that was being burned by Richard. Richard is one of the heads of Transquifa in Portland. He is an old, white-haired, hippie-looking dude, but don't let that fool you. He is demented. He's probably demon-possessed. He's clearly mentally ill. He probably has really sketchy shit on a hard drive somewhere. And he was burning an American flag. And Nick Sortor grabbed the flag while it was on fire, put it on the ground, put it out, and he's been carrying it with him ever since. This was the second time they assaulted him, trying to take the flag back away from him. And Nick, Tommy Boy got in there and knocked a dude out over it.
So the point of what I was
the ball's
doing,
on you, man, but I'm worried. This is the same city that they executed a Trump supporter in 2020. People have forgotten about that story, but they executed this guy because he was wearing a MAGA hat. And these people, they're not only are they godless demons, but they have nothing to lose. And so, boy, I'm just glad to see that it looks like you have a little security now, or at least some people at your back.
Yeah, but
So they're swarming. The police are swarming the dude who's knocked out. They can't get him to wake up. He's all the way in dreamy land. He's dreaming about his furry boyfriend pegging him in the ass. It's the best dream of his life. That's what he lives for. And then they immediately go and they arrest Tommy Boy. Even though the dude clearly has a weapon and was approaching quickly and swinging the bear mace up, Tommy Boy's still facing charges.
I mean, the Portland police are in. They're not particularly useful. They don't intervene until actually they never intervene. They come later and arrest. In this case, a guy that his name is Tommy, who in that video, some Antifa thug was running after me with bear spray, and he KO'd him in the street. He was defending me, and none of the people that attacked me in this video were arrested, but the guy that defended me, he was wearing a MAGA hat. He knocked the dude out cold that was chasing after me. He got arrested.
Shout out to Tommy Boy. I believe he started a GoFundMe for his legal defense, and also because you saw what they did to his car after that. This was what happened right before he got arrested, and then while he was arrested, these fucking coward animals went and did that to his car. Y'all saw what they did to his car.
Which is not surprising at this point. I mean, there's very, very little accountability. Pretty much no accountability for these Antifa terrorists.
That's peaceful and vibrant in the streets of Portland, Oregon. As the tampon dictator, Tina Kotex, would tell you, there's nothing going on. This is just peace in the streets of Portland. You have to be retarded and have to have lived in a absolutely disgusting and toxic environment for years to look at this and go, everything's okay, guys. This is totally how a normal society is supposed to be. America should be better than this.
For everyone who was following, obviously, it was the number one trending story in the world. The president was briefed on it. The attorney general, I actually saw her this weekend. She was very concerned about what happened to you. Kristi Noem was incredibly concerned. Her entire team was. Her team was telling me that they were considering dispatching ICE to the prison that you were held at because they were worried for your well-being because you could be imprisoned with a bunch of people that wanted you dead.
Now, here's the thing. I have been to MCDC, which is where they had him. That is the Multnomah County Detention Center. I've been there a lot of times. It is not a good place to go. It fucking sucks there. And with how many people in Portland have this demented mindset, it might be one of the few places in the country there, and maybe the LA detention center, maybe the Chicago detention center, where Antifa might have enough people to be safe. But as soon as they leave there and they go to an actual prison, they're fucked, dog. These people are gonna get fucked. I mean that figuratively, I mean that literally. Antifa is not gonna be safe. But yeah, they almost sent ICE down to get him out, but they released him almost immediately. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They arrested an independent journalist who got assaulted.
You'd be just locked in a cell with them. Yeah. Something terrible could happen to you. Maybe you could just break down like what occurred with this arrest and then what the reaction has been.
Yeah, so I was basically my crime was filming in public, which is a capital crime out here in Portland. So and there's actually a video that I've gotten that's from a third party that shows it's this one right here that shows me I'm literally attempting to walk to my car. That's where I'm going down the sidewalk here, and this thug pushes me, tries to restrict my movement, and then throws a punch at me. And so and then I end up in this hole right here. And somehow I'm the aggressor. I'm the aggressor, and I'm the one that ends up getting arrested while the assailant just walks free. The assailant was never arrested. And of course, and I'm telling you this here for the first time, that we have identified the person, and of course it is trans. I mean, big shock.
Wow. Hold up. Amazing. I never would have guessed. That is fucking shocking news that just broke here today. That the trans Quifa agitator who assaulted an independent journalist for the crime of existing on the streets and recording what was happening, which is the job of a journalist in this situation, was trans. Crazy. Let me know in the chat if you're shocked by that.
Just, the trans violence, you think it's a big problem in other parts of the country. It's especially a problem in Portland because half the freaking population decided that they're trans. At least the leftist population, anyway.
So they go and rat you out to the cops. The cops go arrest you. So
I don't even know. So I don't know how that actually happened. When they were putting me in handcuffs at this point, I was so shocked that I was being put in handcuffs. There were two things that went through my mind. It's either A, they're handcuffing me so that I can, or so that they can get me out of there or something, because it was getting too hot and they knew something, so they were acting like they were arresting me to like bring me down the block or something. Or B, it was a total mistake, a case of mistaken identity. I mean, at no point in the first like 5 or 6 minutes did I believe I was actually being arrested.
I did see this happen with Posobiec one time, where the police like technically took him to get him away from Antifa. This happened in Washington, D.C.
That was Richard burning the flag. I told you all about Richard. This was Nick just saving the flag, man. This is what got him so mad.
Pretty famous, famous photo. And so that's what when I saw this clip, I assumed that was happening to you. Right?
There's Richard right there. Look at that face. If you are a Portlander and you see that creature, be very aware of your surroundings, because all of these trans-Tifa domestic terrorist weirdos, they protect him, and they are, for some reason, he is their cult leader down there. He is their captain in Portland. I don't know if it's because he's their creepy uncle that diddled them in their mind and they're like having some sort of fucking, trauma bond to this dude because he reminds them of the dude who crept into their room late at night. I'm not sure what's going on. But he is clearly a fucking dangerous, weird cuck.
Right, where the police were just simply surrounding you in order to say, let's depressurize the situation. But that's not what happened.
No, because the police there work with Antifa. And Chief Day has made that very fucking clear. Painfully apparent.
They arrested you.
Right. Yeah.
So, and then what did they charged you with a misdemeanor?
Yeah, they charged me with disorderly conduct because apparently my filming is much more disorderly than the screaming in the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning, blocking traffic.
Put the clip up again. Put the clip up again of what they did to Nick. Because not only are they swinging on you, Nick, like they're trying to obstruct people who are filming. This was a planned attack. They were trying to obstruct. You can see the umbrellas. The black umbrellas are trying to what they're trying to do. This is a coordinated attack to try and kill or harm Nick.
They use the umbrellas. You'll see a bunch of them down there with umbrellas. They use the umbrellas to try to make sure you can't get footage of them assaulting you. They literally use umbrellas to try to block any cameras. Now, listen, guys, I stand for peaceful protest. It's everybody's constitutional right in this country to be able to get together and peacefully protest, and I stand for constitutional rights. That's where I land on the spectrum. Everybody has constitutional rights. What does the Constitution say? Let's fucking give everybody, I don't care about your color, your gender, I don't care if you're trans, I don't care if you're Christian, I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white. Everybody, let's give them all the same constitutional fucking rights. One of those is to peacefully gather. We also have the right to be able to film things in public spaces. So if you were just peacefully protesting and you were trying to raise awareness for your cause, wouldn't you want people to be able to film you? So people could see what you're talking about, see the work that you're doing. The only reason you wouldn't want it documented is if you have the intentions of committing a crime, which is why they come in with these fucking umbrellas and they block the crimes that they're committing with them.
Where they surround you with black umbrellas and then they commit a violent act where no one can film it. That's how these people work. Yep. Is that what they were doing to you, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the umbrellas were everywhere. This particular night, you can see at just the time that punch was thrown, that umbrella almost covered the lens. It just didn't fully cover the lens, but that was the entire goal. Okay, cover the camera lens and throw the punch, and hopefully nobody sees it. However, that's not the case. You can clearly see the punch, luckily, and then you can also see they use these umbrellas as weapons too.
Right.
They use. I mean, they stab you with it, and that's how I ended up in the hole.
You can see right there, clear as day. Somebody, like multiple people with black umbrellas pushing and barraging you and then obviously attempting physical assault. And then if you had been knocked out, Lord knows what else could have happened. This is like a clear-cut case of self-defense, but not only that, of you actually trying to flee the situation in order to de-escalate. You are clearly the person attempting to de-escalate the situation. You are not behaving criminally at all, Nick.
Yeah, and I have court today at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Goodness.
I believe that there's going to be a lot of detractors there, but we'll have some supporters there for sure. I mean, these people.
Spoiler alert, because I believe that they recorded this ahead of time and had to have it edited. Yesterday, all of the charges against Nick Sortor were dropped. The prosecutor declined to prosecute this fucking retarded case that never ever should have happened against Nick. So at least there's that. At least we could get an amen and a hallelujah on that, if nothing else, because this never should have happened. They never should have arrested him. Every one of those Antifa people should have been arrested. Especially that big old water buffalo trans dude cosplaying a woman with his dick swinging under his Arab robes who took the swing at him.
People don't have jobs, Penny, so they can, be dispatched to the courthouse to yell at me on the way in. I expect that. But any DA that is not even, is at least a little bit, just a smidge objective, would be able to look at this video and be like, oh, this is total BS.
Yes.
But I don't think that's going to happen here in Portland. I believe that they're going to carry the charge through because they don't want to look like they're, they want to make sure the conservative guy is going to actually, have to spend a shit ton of money and have to be burdened by coming back to court every, couple of months out here in Portland. I mean, they're going to try to make it hell for me if they can.
Well, luckily, that didn't happen. What did happen is that Pam Bondi, the head of the Department of Justice for the United States of America, whether you like her, love her, dislike her, whatever your case on that is, she got on TV and she was like, yeah, we're sending the FBI after these fucking people. The Portland police, the prosecutor, we're looking into these people for aiding and abetting domestic terrorists. And they were like, yo, never mind. Never fucking mind. You good, bro. You good. You good. Yeah, you got attacked. We're not pressing no charges. That's exactly how that shit ended up going. As soon as they saw that, oh shit, they're sending in the FBI to investigate this, yeah, we can't do it. Devin said, just went to Portland this weekend, hit the zoo and the Japanese garden, ate patties and bounced. Nothing good there anymore. Facts, bro. You went to Patty's? Bro, when I was down there, we went to Patty's, bro. It was fucking great, man. I got a Reuben there that was lit. I really wanted corned beef and cabbage. And since they didn't have corned beef and cabbage, I just got the Reuben because it has corned beef on it, man. Yeah, I feel you, Devin. I feel you. And that's an awesome picture you got there, brother. Stay safe. Adam said, I've been studying Dr. Caitlin Borisenko about Antifa. She has been going undercover and researching the revolutionary communist left for 4 years. Can you please arrange an interview with her? If I can figure out how to get a hold of her, I absolutely can do that, man. I do see the chicken! What the fuck? Fuck you, chicken! Fuck you, chicken! I hate that fucking chicken. For those of you who don't know, that chicken was the first person to approach us when we showed up. Immediately started calling us Proud Boys and white supremacists. I don't even know enough about the Proud... Yeah, I've been talking shit about Proud Boys because I thought they were a white supremacist neo-Nazi group. And, like, I don't even know enough about the Proud Boys, honestly, to be talking shit about them. I shouldn't have been doing that because I don't know enough about them. I'm definitely not a fucking Proud Boy. I don't even know enough about them to have been talking shit about them. That chicken came and started labeling us as things. I hate that fucking chicken. Long Road Farms. Ruger ECU 9s are $200 at Academy. 7 rounds of 9mm. I picked one up to concealed carry. Look, here's the thing, is I highly recommend that people get stuff that has the most available ammunition in case things go down and ammunition becomes hard to get. And 9mm is always going to be a great bet. Well played, my friend. Grant Nick, felonies can own black powder 6-gun. Not in the state of Oregon. Be sure when you, because a lot of people think this, a lot of people think that they can own black powder guns. Be sure to check your local state laws because it might be federally legal, but the state laws can still lock you up and put you in prison. Here in Oregon, absolutely illegal. Totally go to fucking prison. Andrew Thorpe, good luck, JD, with the exemption. You shouldn't need it. Nutty world. You think you have it bad? Try the UK. Not allowed self-defense kit. Stay safe. God bless. Andrew, you are 100% correct. I've been talking to Tommy Robinson, trying to get him on here to talk with us. I know that he just did Nick Shirley. Maybe now that he's got that done, maybe he'll have some time to sit down with us on a remote. I know Nick flew all the way out to the UK to get that interview. Great job, Nick. If you haven't checked out Nick Shirley, he was down there with us that night in Portland, and he just interviewed Tommy Robinson. Awesome dude, good friend of mine, great channel. We love Nick here. Michael Thomas, is Richard the guy that walks in a penguin suit? I don't think so. He just goes down there just dressed in the same fucking clothes every night, but I've never seen him in a suit that I'm aware of. Clyde Hatmaker, I have 3 years clean and sober. Hell yeah, Clyde. Congrats, bro. Big love. JD burps, bust eardrums, and Chifa control device. Yeah, bro, I'm just going to go down there and just at him. They bust out the fucking umbrellas and the things shoot back and stab him in the chest. Chaco Paco Taco. Nick and Guy Chad saved another last night. GOT got. Yeah, so I didn't see what was going on down there last night. I actually had my producer, editor, good friend, Doc was here, and we were setting up a bunch of stuff to up our production value, to make things better here for these lives and for full length. So I kind of took a night off of recording and researching to make things look better. So I'm glad to be back with you guys today. I'm really stoked to be here with y'all. Stop political violence. Big love to you. Great to see you here. Michael Sorrells. Hi, JD. I support you with your Make Pedophiles Afraid Again campaign. Hell yeah. And also, you guys, if you want, you know, we talk about making sure that you're taken care of, making sure that you're using your Second Amendment rights. I just made this shirt. Armed to the D-Lo. Now, what does that mean? It's a saying that I've been saying for a while, but on the back, it has this pretty cool fucking armadillo. And we have these in shirts, we have them in tank tops, we have them in hoodies, and we also have them in stickers. And if you want to get that, it is at Bunker Branding. There's a link in my bio. It is bunkerbranding.com. Same exact merch store that the unsubscribed guys use. I'm just telling you, these shirts, hoodies, and tank tops are a lot of fun. I really like them. So, yeah, just so you know, if you guys want the Arm to the D-Lo merch, it is up now. Death Silence. Invoke the Insurrection Act. Make examples out of the Democrats in that state. Others will fall in line. And not even the Democrats, bro. Just make examples out of the Antifa domestic terrorists. And I guarantee you, it puts the fear out of in people when you make an example out of them. That's what we need to do. We need to show people that this is not appropriate. An appropriate way to vent your anger or frustration, that you have to keep it lawful. Lawful fucking protest, bro. Otherwise, you're going to federal fuck you in the ass prison. And you're going to be put in a work camp. And you're going to have to do the shit that nobody else wants to do. Unholy Angel. Pretty sure terrorists get the new, don't they? Also, can't find your guys' podcast, Judged by 12. What's it on? So that is the actual podcast that we recorded together isn't up yet, but it is Rich's channel, and you have it spelled perfectly, my man. The Con Man. Yo, JD, does Tommy have a channel? I know that he has an X, and that's where I've been talking to him. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel. Mr. E, what happened to the video you posted about Antifa? Taken down by YouTube. Taken down by YouTube. There's the one swarmed by Antifa where I'm actually down there is still up. But the one where Antifa fucks around and finds out where they're getting pepper sprayed and they're getting knocked out and all that stuff, tased, they took that down. They said, fuck you, JD. You can't have that here. I was pretty bummed about that because I really loved that video. Heather said, love watching your videos. Thank you for what you're doing with your platform. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sis. Big love and respect to you. Death Silence. Just remember, hospital bills and trauma surgeons are more expensive than lawyers. That's big facts. That's big facts. Heather said, if you're going to be tough, don't be a pussy and hide. That's also big facts. If you go talk it, you better walk that shit back, homie. You know what I'm saying? Some knuck if you buck type shit. Daddy Wolf, I really wish they would do this in North Jersey where I'm at. Second Amendment sanctuary town. I need a good laugh. One love, brother. Stay safe. One love to you, homie. Michael McLeod said, Dr. Caitlin B. is a massive leftist. I know you stay apolitical, but I still wouldn't trust anything she says. I like to look at everybody's viewpoint, personally. I like to see opposing viewpoints. I like to be able to look into, so I would be very open to, I have a couple of the heads of the Proud Boys that want to do a podcast with me. I have an ex-Antifa member that I want to do a podcast with. I would like to do a podcast with a very active, angry Antifa member who's willing to sit down and actually talk. I want to get all the opposing viewpoints. That's what journalism is. It's not just surrounding yourself in an echo chamber and trying to present people with exactly what you want them to think. It's showing them all sides of the situation. And that's I like looking at what other people's viewpoints are. I'm really into Andy No, who has been investigating Antifa for a long time. I'm trying to get his attention and get him on. I think that would be great. Joshman, guys with Israel flag triggered trans-Tifa. Oh man, yeah, they hate that. They hate that. It's a bunch of trans people out there chanting Free Palestine. What do you think's gonna happen if you go to Gaza, bro? Gays for Gaza? Gays for getting thrown off of rooftops, homie? What do you think they're going to do if you show up there in your little fishnet crop top with your balls hanging out? They're going to fucking kill you, homie. Those people fucking hate you. And you're out here doing the most for them. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Andrew said, good day, JD, bro. Love the beard. Bro, love you, big dog. Thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you. And I can tell that you're from Australia. And we love our Australians here, man. Huge love and respect to y'all. Free range furball. You should start selling an emotional support wood chipper plushie. We looked into that. But it's expensive to make plushies that are like custom. I would really love to have an emotional support wood chipper plushie. I might try to revisit that. I don't want to order it from China. I don't want to have Chinese goods. And the ones that I found that would be, you know, the place that would be affordable was China. Now, here's my balance is I don't want to like sell Chinese shit. I want to sell stuff that's made and produced here in the US. All my stuff, everything at Bunker Branding, my merch is all made right out there in Texas. Right out there in Texas at Bunker Branding. But I also don't want to have to charge my people a lot of money. So it's one of those things where it's like, fuck, what do I do here? So I got discouraged on the plushies. ASMR Addict. It's amazing how much damage an idea can cause. If words and silence are violence, then an idea definitely is. And that's the thing, is people saying that silence is violence is literally one of the stupidest concepts I've ever heard of. Now, I understand that, like, if you're silent on something that's going on, it can be you being complicit with it. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we all just rolled over and stopped talking about the Epstein situation, I could see how that could be complicity, but it's not fucking violence, dog. It's not violence. Ideas are supposed to be dangerous. That's why college used to be useful, because colleges didn't used to be echo chambers. Colleges used to show you things from all sides, and they used to be of use because people used to be able to actually form critical thinking on a college campus instead of being programmed and brainwashed into a narrative. KMK, hey JD, please don't insult water buffaloes. My bad, dog. At least they're calm and useful, whereas these guys love to jax you and the pups. Love you, KMK. My bad, dog, my bad. H. Mr. J, if you are ever having a bad day, just remember, at least you aren't Nancy Pelosi's gynecologist. Bro, I wouldn't do that, John. I don't care what you pay me. That Zin now has stomach acid in it. I would never be Nancy Pelosi's gynecologist. Holy shit. Well played, sir. Jeff Mickle, I wish we could all unite and then get the people that essay children. Sounds like a fucking plan to me, big dog. Love you, brother. Roman Wolf Gaming. Sorry, your mic sounds like a tunnel. I am using a new mic right now. We are testing something out right now. I know that my producer, editor, Doc, has been in the chat. So if he's out there and he's watching, if there's something wrong with the mic, I'm sure we will get it fixed. But we've been having a little bit of difficulty with my mouth and the words coming out of my mouth not matching up. So we're trying to get that fixed. Andrew Burbaker said, JD, will you and Habitual Line Crosser have a crossover? He asked if you could do a voice for him in one of his videos. You know, we were actually, it's funny, we were texting each other yesterday. I love him. Him and his wife are amazing people. We love HLC and HLC's wife, and I am very much looking forward to any possibility of working with him. I absolutely love what he does. I love him as a human being. Ethan is great people. So yes, and an astounding fuck yes to working with HLC anytime. California Republic Tony, check out Sunday. Cool for your branding. They are from Florida and they are second chance employers. That's sick as fuck. I love second chance employers. Thank you so much, bro. Mike, Zero Source. Bud, I was watching The Quartering yesterday, and their topic was YouTuber Destiny may have legal problems for being with an underage girl. Thoughts? Well, I put out a whole full length on this. Not only is he admitted to having child pornography on his computer, but he is also wrapped up in several grooming allegations. His own son hates him. He's constantly trying to incite his viewers into domestic terrorist acts of violence. Destiny needs to be off the streets. Destiny is a whole pile of fucking predatory sexual dog shit. And he needs to be off the streets immediately, if not sooner. That's 100% my thoughts on that. Dominar said, apparently I'm not a very good American because I like to form my own opinions. George Carlin. He's lit, bro. Bring back, we need the second coming of George Carlin, for real, for real. Jessica Price, USAF veteran here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Heard about you from Jumpsuit Pablo. Paul, my buddy. I love him, bro. That's my brother. Love you, bro. We have the same attitude. You should collab with Nux. Keep rocking it. That is another person who we have been talking about how we need to collaborate. And now that you brought that up, sister, by the way, thank you so much for being here. I did have a little something queued that I wanted to look at. Because he just dropped something, and we're already talking about, oh boy, Destiny. So let's get into this for a minute, man.
Right,
let's check this out.
But a truly heartbreaking news. Heartbreaking news! Hassan Piker found alive this morning at 34 years old. Now this isn't me wishing for his death or anything. Alright, I'm not him. But a truly heartbreaking news. We found this. As the date for his court date gets closer and closer. Every day we wake up to a new surprise. Truly heartbreaking news.
I was devastated when I found out that Hassan Piker is still breathing. Hassan, Baby Oil, Diddy Party, Hamas, Hezbollah Piker still is among us, you guys.
An Antifa terrorist, Hassan Piker, who honestly is a valid military target at this point for the Trump admin if they really wanted to start drone striking terrorists. Heartbreaking. Found alive, 34 years old. Now, I, again, do not wish for any violence to happen to this man, but he wishes for violence to happen to us.
I don't wish for illegal violence to happen to him, but if they wrapped him up on a case for being a terrorist and they gave him the old Sparky chair, I'd buy the popcorn for everybody. We'd all be eating popcorn that day. Make that shit public. Pay-per-view. I'm buying party in my living room. I got the popcorn, steaks, energy drinks. Let's go.
He's really scared. So anyway, here's the breaking news. Ethan, are you sure you want to attack my character during an act of genocide, Hassan says, while strapping dead Palestinian children to his chest? Now, Hassan Piker has been doing something pretty wild lately. Pretty weird. It's pretty insane, honestly. Now, there is a war going on in the Middle East. A lot of you probably didn't hear about it. It's like this whole drama between Israel and like Gaza. There's like this drama, all right? There's a drama going on. It's kind of crazy. Now, the interesting thing is, Hassan Piker always made believe he cared. He always made believe that he cared that children were dying in Gaza. Now, the reason why I say make believe and not that he actually cared is because he wants the war to keep going. Trump tried to make a peace deal, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He does not like the peace deal. He actually is not a fan. Now, if there's a genocide going on, and there are people starving in Gaza, wouldn't you want a peace deal? Now, again, this is a very obvious question, but the answer is simply he actually wants more Palestinian babies to die. He is genocidal. He wants as many Palestinian...
Hassan wants dead babies. You heard it here first. Hassan loves dead babies. He thinks they're Nazis. He wants them to die. Hassan, Diddy, Hamas, Baby Oil, Hezbollah Piker hates babies. He hates your babies. He hates my babies. He hates shower babies. And he wants them dead. Act accordingly.
Babies to die as possible because it's so much easier to strap them as criticism defense protests against his chest. So... Again, he is pro the murder of Palestinians and Jews. That's pretty rare. Now, most people are only pro the murder of one of the two sides. He found a way to be pro the murder of both. Now, I might think that this is not a very nice thing to say. It's not, but it's true, and people don't like the truth. So I made this tweet calling out all the indescribably evil stuff that Hassan Piker has done over time. Like, you know, calling for the death of Senator Tom Cotton, Rick Scott, landlords, fascists, Zionists. He said someone's got to do it regarding Trump. He supports Luigi Mangione, murderer. He refused to condemn the murder of 2 Israeli staffers in Washington, D.C. He stealthily justifies the assassination of Charlie Kirk. He supports the terrorist organizations Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. He wants an IRA-style terrorist organization in the United States. He's also part of a terrorist organization. He clearly, he is protected because he breaks the terms of service infinite times, you know, threatening viewers' lives with what appears to be a gun, doxing the private info of his critics, you know, uncritically reads terrorist manifestos, tells his audience to threaten ICE agents, participate in violent riots in LA, which makes him a terrorist in my opinion. He stated America deserves 9/11, communist propaganda, etc., etc. The list goes on. This is just a little clip to understand who we're dealing with for a second, because he's going to court, he's going to Congress. We're actually getting rid of him.
I have fatigue of people like Hamas and Destiny and all of these fucking weirdos getting to say whatever they want with no repercussions or consequences. Hassan, Destiny, all these people calling people to acts of violence. Do I not tell you guys not to go out and commit acts of violence? Do I not tell you not to break the law, to respect your freedom, and to make sure that you don't do anything that takes you away from your families? I do. I do. These dudes are out here blatantly encouraging violent acts, going out in the streets for violent acts, and they are not in prison where they should be. That gives me fatigue. That gives me the sad comes. You don't want to see me make sad comes. It's really sad.
In real time.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage.
Uh-oh.
Slice them up, slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? Letting their intestines just ride on stage.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
For the record, that is a senator of the United States of America.
Kill Rick Scott.
I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. That's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office. And
Senator Rick Scott from the great state of Florida. He wants you to go out and commit acts of deadly violence against American government officials. He calls for it openly with his full little birdcage chest that's inverted, that has an E for estrogen if you can ever get down to the bottom of where his chest is inverted. That's what he wants you to do. He says it plainly on the internet, which is forever, by the way. In case anybody didn't know how the internet works, the internet is forever, and that's what he's out here saying.
he's resigning. Like, he's literally his last term. You actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. Which is, I think that shows that there is a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
Not a gamer himself.
Now here's the thing, you guys, and this is important to keep in mind. I believe it's tomorrow. Hold on. Let's ask the interwebs. What day is Hassan Piker scheduled to speak to Congress? Calculating. I'm not getting that information. Let's see if Nux has it. But he has a court hearing coming up, and hopefully they bing his ass.
Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hassan Piker, who has 2.5 million followers on the platform.
There are 2.5 million people who pay to listen to this cuck ramble on with his boyfriend's cum in the back of his throat the entire time.
I like the frankness and the bluntness, Clancy said. He's comfortable saying what he believes.
Yeah, this is Hassan Piker posting the schematics of a homemade shotgun that was used to murder Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan, in regards to Tom Cotton, a senator of the United States.
Someone has to do it.
Now, Hassan Piker has been, because of Hassan, Twitch CEO and many people in Twitch have been called in to testify in Congress on October 8th. And it's going to be a glorious day.
Tomorrow! That's what I thought. October 8th. Fucking tomorrow.
Hey, so I made this tweet, and believe it or not, someone in the government actually reached out to me and asked if I could actually provide evidence behind these bullet points. And I complied. And I complied.
Yeah, bro, can you imagine if they fucking mention Nuxanor The VTuber in Congress tomorrow? God, I'm bricked up right now. Bricked up, bricked up, bricked up. Whoa.
They told me that they wanted to be prepared in regards to the hearing. So you're welcome for your service, America. So yeah. Again, I don't know if it'll mean anything or if it'll go anywhere, but they did reach out, and I was more than happy to assist.
Blue Voldemort is a hero. This man is a hero, a true American patriot, one of a kind, an absolute stoic member of our American civilization. We love Blue Voldemort. Shauna D, just tuning in. Can I get a recap? We are talking about the possibility of Trump invoking the Insurrection Act to deal with these domestic terrorists, Transquifa, in the streets of Portland, Oregon. Grant Nick, if you out of prison, you should get your guns back. You can't be trusted with a truck, and you can be trusted with a truck and not a 9mm. Army vet, hell yeah, brother. Thank you so much. I agree wholeheartedly. If you are too much of a danger to have your constitutionally God-given rights, then you are too much of a danger to be on the streets with our babies. Period. Period. I can tell you, as somebody who was a criminal for a long time, I didn't stop carrying guns when I got a felony. I stopped carrying guns when I became a law-abiding citizen, when I became rehabilitated and reformed, when I found recovery. That's why, and I have the charge to prove it. I have a felony charge for felon in possession of a firearm. I didn't stop carrying guns until I turned my life around. I could go get a gun right now. It'd be super simple. It would take me 5 to 10 minutes to go and pick up a gun, cheaper than I could get it in a fucking gun store. I don't do it because I am a law-abiding citizen, and that's important to me today. I respect my freedom, and I respect the rule of law in this country. I can't tell other people to respect the rule of law if I don't do it myself. Rebecca Bruce, love you, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sis. Arceon, I know predators don't have one political party, but why does it seem like leftists always make excuses for it? They are soft on crime for some reason. And here's the thing. Oregon, not soft on crime if it's two grown-ass men stepping out back and handling business in a willing participant two-party fight. But if you rape a child, they're going to give you probation. They're going to say that, you're just doing a learned behavior, or we're educated enough to know that, blah, 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 blah. They make every excuse in the book. You're not wrong. In Florida, they give you the death penalty. In Oregon, they give you probation for the same fucking crime. Mike Zero Source, if Hassan and Destiny were drowning and you could only save one of them, what sandwich would you make? Turkey and provolone, or, maybe something, a Reuben with some corned beef, a tuna, peanut butter and jelly. I would rather eat a prison green bologna sandwich with green mayonnaise on it than save either of those drowning muskrats, bro. Love you. Dempsey Mendoza, I was at racially discriminated against for being Mexican at Weed Again in Salem, Oregon by a black employee. The female Democrat manager will not show other employees or me, but she tells me I need to apologize. Why the fuck would you need to apologize? Why would you need to apologize for anything? Absolutely, and I cannot stress this enough, the fuck not. Now, this is what you get in a country where one side is pushing the idea that only white people can be racist. Dempsey, do you think that only white people can be racist? I think anybody can be racist towards any other group. I think that if you are discriminating against somebody for their race, their skin color, their sexual orientation, I think that that's wrong. I think if it happens to white people, black people, Mexican people, anybody, I think that's wrong, personally. But on the left, they're going to tell you it can only be white people that are racist. That's crazy, and I personally apologize that that happened to you, especially in this state. I can't say I'm shocked, I can't say I'm surprised, but I am disgusted, and you deserve better. I love you. Scott Jenkins, JD, thank you for all you do. I hope you get your Second Amendment rights restored. Connor, the Second Amendment is the most important as it protects every other right that our Creator has given us. Scott, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you and your support and your kind words. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on here. Huge love and respect to you, my brother. Absolutely love you. Asmodeus, all hail the Blue Jew Nuxanor. Bro, Nux is... I fucking love Nux, bro. I fuck with Nux so heavy. Mayo Monster, love you, bro. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you so much, Mayo Monster. I love you and I love your name. Panda Crush, JD, love your stuff, bro. People be crazy. Even my family is on Discovery Channel. Your family's on Discovery Channel? Holy shit. That's lit. People do be crazy, bro. 100. Christy, peace, light, and love. Been a bit busy. Life is rough. People need to have a heart and be less greedy. Thank you for being you, JD, Jax, Pups, and family. Blood doesn't equal family. Please send dad vibes. Not long left. I will send dad vibes and prayers. I love you. Thank you for being here and being a part of our family and our community. You will always be welcome and loved here. I'm sorry that things are busy. I'm sorry that things are rough. It's been a little rough and busy over here too. I think we're all going through it. Just know that you're not alone and you're loved here, sister. Christy, the dog is Charcoal. He's 12. That's my pillow. Yes! We love Charcoal. That's amazing. Jaster said Trump probably won't invoke the Insurrection Act. And I said this at the beginning. There's a lot more people here now. Let me say this right now. I think he's being a fucking pussy. I think that he is being a fucking pussy right now. I think that he needs to do the shit that he needs to do. I think he's being way too diplomatic. I don't even think he needs to invoke the Insurrection Act. I think he should just tell those judges to eat a dick up and hiccup about it. He has every right to send in the feds to protect federal buildings. And that's all he's trying to do is send them to the federal ICE detention center and the federal courthouse. He doesn't need their fucking dick-sucking permission, bro. I think he's being way too soft. And it makes me sad. But if he needs to invoke the Insurrection Act, he should have done it immediately. Okay, you want to play hardball with me? I fucking got something for you. Act like a leader. Get that shit done. Y'all don't want me in office. Y'all don't want me. I would handle business, dog. I would handle business. Train wreck reality check. Benny Johnson and Kristi Noem are in Portland tonight. I know. And actually, we had it queued. We were watching to see. There's eventually going to be a live press conference with Kristi Noem at the ICE detention center. And I want to see that. I have issues with Kristi Noem. I don't like the dog shooting. I read that excerpt from her book. I was not a fan of that. I love dogs. I don't want to see him get shot. But I want to see what she comes into town and says. And I want Trump to invoke the Insurrection Act and get the National Guard down there immediately. Also, why is the FBI not down there scooping up literal domestic terrorists? Taylor, yo JD, much love from the UK. Keep up the good work. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. Marcus said, JD, shout out to my beautiful, gorgeous wife, Kiki. The Lord has blessed us with another baby. We just found out this morning. You guys, there's going to be another one in the family. Big love, Marcus. Big love, Kiki. God bless you guys, your family, and your new baby. You guys will be in our prayers. What amazing news. Thank you for sharing it with us. That just made my whole day, you guys. That's absolutely amazing. I love celebrating all of our wins together, man. So let's see. Let's go back over here. And yes, we still have nothing. It's a big fat nothing burger on Kristi Noem doing the press conference. It's not happening yet. It's not happening yet. Now, even Tim Pool was talking about this morning. Even Tim Pool was talking about it. Let's check into this. This is Andy Ngo. For those of you who don't know, Andy Ngo has been investigating Antifa for years now and has been assaulted multiple times to the point where he actually got a brain bleed at one point. They beat him bloody and cornered him, and he ran into a hotel in Portland, and he begged them to call the police in the hotel lobby, and they told him no. They tried to kick him out. Back to a swarm of violent Antifa terrorists who had beaten on him. He was able to make it onto an elevator that needed a key card with a guest, and they called the police. So he's been investigating them and getting assaulted by them for years.
Antifa anarchy in Portland continues, and now in an effort to stop the violence, President Trump has ordered the National Guard to enter that sanctuary city. But now a federal judge has temporarily blocked his decision, so now...
What does that look like to you guys? What does that look like to you guys? That is an organized party of people in uniform with flags and gas masks and weapons. Does that look like a peaceful protest or an organized group of domestic terrorists? I'll tell you what I think. That looks like domestic terrorists to me. Wrap them up. Wrap every single one of them up. Get these fucking cuckolds out of here, man. Look at that. You see that? That's what we're dealing with here. Do you want them walking down the streets while you're trying to walk your kids to school? Or do you want them on the streets while your wife is trying to go and get some fucking groceries? Walking right up the middle of the street, stopping cars, assaulting people, assaulting women and children. This needs to stop. This is insanity.
As violence intensifies outside of the ICE facilities and federal agents' lives are at stake, are local police there arresting the wrong people? Because on Thursday, Portland police arrested independent journalist Nick Sorter after members of Antifa ambushed him. He's also friends of Newsmax. The Department of Justice now investigating why the police are putting the good guys behind bars. All right, with us now, Andy Ngo, who was brutally attacked by Antifa himself. He also wrote about it in his book, Unmasked, Inside Antifa's Radical Plan to Destroy Democracy. And
I have this book, and I plan on reading it, just so you know. Andy Ngo is a gangster.
Andy, thank you so much for joining us.
No pleasure.
In 2019, Antifa ambushed you. You suffered, you almost died. Harmeet Dillon then filed a civil rights case on your behalf. She's now the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights at the Department of Justice, and she's now investigating the Portland police who arrested Sorter because the police, they arrested Sorter, but they didn't arrest the Antifa members that attacked him. So here's what she said to me when I filled in for Carl Higbie on Friday night.
Trans-Tifa terrorists. Let's just clarify. That was a dude dressed as a chick, dressed as a fucking Muslim, dressed as a terrorist, attacking this independent journalist in the streets.
Portland is literally in the bottom of the barrel of good policing, and they're about to find out what that means. There will be consequences for Portland, and very stupid and wrong to arrest a journalist just for doing his job. And I fully expect that if they want to get smart about getting better outcomes here, they dismiss that charge. That's going to be up to them, of course, but federally, the pain is just beginning for Portland, and we're going to make...
And they did dismiss that charge, again, as we discussed prior.
Make sure that we see this through.
Andy, what do you think about that? Because you're also a journalist, and it seems like they're on the police are on the wrong side.
So speaking through my own experience, unfortunately in Portland, if you are assaulted by Antifa, your only recourse is to basically let them beat you to a pulp, potentially kill you, or if you take steps to defend yourself effectively, you may be prosecuted. And that's happened to another independent journalist back in 2016, Michael Strickland, before me. He was convicted of felonies because he had a firearm that he brandished when a mob was pursuing him. So for nearly a decade now, the Portland police has been under immense pressure from...
Look at this havoc. That's the streets of Portland. Vibrant and peaceful streets of Portland. Look at what's going on here and tell me that this is shit that is acceptable in our society.
Either federal government or state government, local government, to basically not go hard on Antifa rioters, the ACLU, and many other leftist activist legal groups have filed lawsuits, and judges have at various times placed restrictions on the ability for them to police. So for years now, basically, the Portland police go after the low-hanging fruit. So the organized mass Antifa, like those who tried to kill me, beat me, who beat my colleague Katie Davis-Court, they don't go after them. These people are masked. They have a plan to get away. They have a hideout place. They have a car that they escape in. They go after people who are like Nick Sorter or others who are there, who comply, who don't have their faces covered. And that is the unfortunate reality of what it's like to be a journalist in Portland or to be a law-abiding citizen there.
And I want to point something out. What he just described is a well-organized group of people doing terroristic acts and terroristic behaviors. That is well-organized terrorist behavior. So I just want to point that out. And also, Andy Ngo, he is an immigrant. They're out there doing all this stuff for immigrants. Andy Ngo is an immigrant from Vietnam. So why would they be attacking him? Oh, because he doesn't agree with their narrative. Their narrative doesn't vibe with his narrative because he doesn't think it's right for them to take over streets and attack people. Crazy. John said, how's your day going, JD, bro? Love the videos. Day's going great, brother. How about you? Brian Jones, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia yesterday. Brian, I know that can be a really scary and like shaking up thing, man, but once you have the diagnosis, at least they can start treating you. You're going to be in our prayers, bro. Love you. Mike Zero Source, JD's war cry would be cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. Oh, hell yeah. Arceon said, Antifa are a bunch of idiots. People who have real training and real violence avoid it all the time. Also, JD, have a monster on me. Thank you so much. You guys saw my get down when I went down there and they tried to incite me to violence. I stayed calm. I stayed calm. I stayed in the zone. I handled my business. Yes, my PTSD was all the way triggered, but I didn't let them get to me. I did not let them win and get me out of my character. Jessica Price, Congress will have to roll Nux in on a TV. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing if that happened. I would die. Kush Cookie, fired from school because I was 19 with attitude. Now I volunteer to read to little kids at the library monthly. Your channel definitely taught me about growth. Hey, that is amazing. Big love and respect to you, homie. That's good work. R2C3PO2. A little bit behind, but we definitely want you in office, as that would include Chippy never going hungry. Big facts, man. Mike Zero Source said, Civis Pacem Parabellum, meaning if you want peace, prepare for war. Do you think we're there yet? I'm asking in good faith. I think that the federal government has an opportunity to step in and avoid that. I think that invoking the Insurrection Act and allowing the federal government to take care of this so that it doesn't land in the hands and in the streets between the people would be the best thing that they could possibly do. That's why if I was president, I would have done this already. They are fighting him in every single form that they can to clip and neuter the federal government's ability to come in and make up for the fact that local law enforcement is not keeping their communities safe. They're not protecting the people and the law-abiding citizens. They are siding with the domestic terrorists, and we have ample evidence of this. And they are still fighting the federal government stepping in and doing what needs to be done. I think we should avoid any type of war in the streets, but I think that the federal government is the ones who can get it done. Lord Snow, careful with those energy drinks, brother. My brother drank them often and died of a heart attack. Thank you so much, Lord Snow. I love you. You guys, I'm going to jump off here, and rest in peace to your brother. I'm going to jump off here. I love you. I appreciate you. We might jump back on live when I figure out what time Kristi Noem is actually going to be speaking and check out what she has to say. Until then, it's always one love. Y'all be good or be good at it, baby.